Game 3 has just gotten started, okay? Upper right-hand corner, it's going to be on merry-go-round. His name is IvDpuCK. 6 o'clock positions. Spawning is our Zenith of Origin Protoss. It's top. Both of these guys have been in WCS America for quite some time. So I would definitely say that this is one of those best of threes, excuse me, to watch out for. Hang on just a second. 3. Oh, here we go. Alright, there we go. That's the correct score. Almost as bad as the NASL sound guy, right? Anyway. puCK immediately chrono boosting everything he's got into his Nexus. Same thing coming from ZooTop. Both guys have their pylons in the main, so nothing too terribly silly happening here. Nothing we could expect to see from Haz, UE Flashwolves Haz. And may I just say that if he keeps on winning, he's going to have to face off against one of these guys eventually as well. He's going to be facing off against another Protoss player later on in the day, if I'm not mistaken. I have to stop and think about who that would be, though. It hurts from all this thinking. Oh well, that's alright. We can check the brackets later. I can alt-tab right now and check it alternatively, but that would disrupt the game just a little bit, would it not? Okay. Interesting pylon location coming from top. I think this could, this could be to hide tech. Alternatively, it could actually be to throw down a Stargate, because throwing down a Stargate a little bit closer to your opponent's base is going to, of course, decrease the flight time it takes for the Oracle to arrive there. But I don't know if that's really what he's got in mind. I think it could just simply be to hide for tech, or hide some tech, if you will. Alright, so puCK wasting a little bit of time, nothing too terribly critical, but he didn't see his opponent's main base here. He knows that his opponent did not spawn there. But top's going to get into puCK's main, and he's going to see just what is up here. I want to say, really, this is kind of exciting for me, because I've always wanted to see a circuit where we would see more North American players playing against Chinese players, just to see how they fare against each other. But already we can see Chrono Boost going down on the gateway there. Top just wants to make sure, again, is it going to be a Stalker or is it going to be a Sentry? And pretty soon I think he's going to find out. Yeah, he's going to see the Sentry pop out and he's going to know, oh snap, it's a Sentry. That's only if he chooses to stick around with that probe. He does not. Oh man. Well, I think there's a part of him that might know it automatically, but puCK went in there, he saw the Twilight Council. It's basically all the information he needs to know. The big difference between this game and game number 2 is the fact that the Twilight Council actually goes down before the second gateway. Top, a little bit temporarily supply block, nothing too terribly critical at this point. Robo going down as well. In the background for puCK. Excuse me. Okay. Probe getting chased away, but I'm pretty sure it's going to make it home. Very little trouble, but puCK actually taking a probe out into the middle of the map. He's got a Robo here. I think there's a part of him that expects to see his opponent going with Blink Stalkers. Not an erroneous assessment by any means. He does actually start Blink. And this kind of reminds me just a little bit of the player Billowy, previously known as Lure on Team MVP for a while. And that guy, I just remember every single game he would play, almost no matter the matchup, he would go with Blink Stalkers, or at least if he was playing against Zerg, it seemed like 8 out of 10 times the first upgrade he would get, the first big piece of tech he would get outside of Warp Gate tech would always be Blink. And this is a little bit out of the ordinary coming from top right now. He's going to go ahead and throw down a Stargate in, I wouldn't say an unwarranted location, but this is something that I guess you'd say we would expect from Haz, except Haz basically pioneers that and he capitalizes on that being his play of success. puCK comes in here with the Scouting Phoenix. He sees everything here. And I think there's a part of him that knows that if Gateway Tech isn't done, it should be done already by the time that Phoenix gets out. So the question is, what does he do to accommodate himself in this position? He's getting his first Immortal. Stargate's going to be done. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Void Ray, a Phoenix, or an Oracle in this position. But what's it going to be, top? What's it going to be? Back at home, continuing to make some probes. Going to be an Oracle. Okay. And now guess what? He's got a free entry into the main, but that Immortal pops out just in time to scare it all away. Alright, so there's an observer out here. It's going to be able to see if there's more reinforcements coming in. Oracle. About to pop out. The real question is, will the observer see it or not? Looks like it might. It might just do that. Where on earth is this observer going? Going too far. It's not going to see the Oracle. This is not good. Okay, well, this is the real part of Top's plan that's going to, I think, maybe give him a little bit of success in this matchup. It's two Immortals. puCK must know something's not right with his opponent. He's trying to poke at him while he's got Immortals. But at the same time, I think he's encountered something like this before. There we go. In the main. Almost in the main. Almost in the main. Almost in the main. Completely undefended. The Nexus Cannon is going to have to go down. There it goes. Boom. Alright, he's going to get 5 probes, 6 probes, 7 probes. Wow. Before the Nexus Cannon kills that. And that was just a plain straight up sack. Now that's a lot of Blink Stalkers coming from our IvD Protoss. He's heading straight into the natural. Some probes have been pulled to the natural. And it looks like this could actually go into total base trade scenario if we're not careful. We need to see puCK continue to make probes, though. He's stacking a little bit in the way of Chrono Boost. I don't see why he was doing this, not to be too terribly critical of him. He might have tunnel vision, but at the same time, this strategy just might work out in his favor. There is a Robo now. It's Chrono Boosting out an Immortal, but I don't think it's going to be done anytime soon. Miss Blink coming from puCK as well, and in the main, he's in a lot of trouble. The Nexus Cannon has to go down. The Nexus Cannon has to go down, and indeed it does. There's a surround on all of these Stalkers. They're going to be able to get almost all the probes here, and then afterwards, what? Meanwhile, in the main of ZooTop, he's at 45 supply overall. The Stalkers are going to be taking damage for these Immortals. The tasers from the probes doing a lot of damage here. And the only chance I think puCK really has is to blink on top of his opponent's main army. He's got more army supply, just a little bit more than his opponent. He blinks into the main. He's taking a little bit of damage from the Nexus Cannon. It wears off at the last second. Neither player has economy at this stage. This is making us all bite our nails at home. Top has 12 army supply versus the 20 of opponent. All the supply right now is all in army. Everything here is going to come down to every single blink. puCK has the advantage. If this game doesn't end here and now, it could actually end in a draw. Okay, everything's well, I wouldn't say unpowered, but once that next pylon falls, it will be unpowered. Alright, so puCK is just sitting here. He says, hey man, look what I got. Oh, and look, I got economy in the background. Uh-oh. But not everything is doom and gloom for Top. He's got the ability to make probes. He's already got one out on the map. There's a blink out of the main for the time being for our IvD Protoss. I think he walks away from this satisfied knowing that he has economy. Trying to boost on his Nexus, but no probes in production. Might have had one made previously, just a couple minutes ago. And guess what? His Mothership Core is still alive. That's actually pretty big. That is pretty good in this position. puCK, you know, it may not seem like a big deal. 4 probes, 5 probes, but at the same time, this is 2.5 times more economy than what we have coming from Top at the moment. Moving out right now, he's got a lower army supply, he's got a lower economy, he's got lower everything. And I think this is one of those games where puCK is going to win gradually over time. Both players just kind of break away. And puCK is back where he started at the game 12 minutes ago with basically only 6 probes. This is beautiful. Really it is. But he can't afford to sacrifice Stalkers like this. Alright, so Observer's going to continue following these Stalkers. He's gonna see how many he's got, but no, he can't fight 4 versus 6. He should know he can't fight 4 versus 6. Simple math, he can't do this. Alright, well he knows he's just gonna keep his opponent from moving out like that. Uh-oh. Almost blinking out. Almost blinking out. Excuse me. Alright, so that economy right now for puCK is more or less skyrocketed ahead of his opponent. And he's going for DTs. Guess what? He took down that Robo earlier. He gets 1 DT in the game and he wins this instantly. There's no detection. There's no Oracle. In fact, the fastest way to get any detection if you are ZooTop is to get an Oracle out here. He still has a Stargate, but at the same time, an Oracle I think would cost way too much in the way of gas. And on top of that, Top does not have any way of... Oh wait, as I say that, he starts an Oracle. Oh man, that's one way to put himself ahead. Okay, so both sides are going to be killing each other's workers, their economy all over again, I guess you could say. But at the same time, I mean, puCK's got too many stalkers here. There's no way that the Oracle can fight that head on. There's no way. He's probably going to go in there, see what's up, and then just lose the game maybe outright. Maybe just say, hey man, I don't want to deal with this. Alright. Looking at the situation now, puCK at an obvious advantage there with his economy. 2 DTs going in right now. What does Top do when he sees everything here? Oh my god, he didn't see it! He didn't see the Dark Shrine! And on top of that, that is one really super hurt Oracle. Apologies for switching off that mic, but I had to cough. There's the sentry now in the forward position. There's 3 DTs here. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, offensive blink forward. The ray gun did get activated on that Oracle, but it did virtually no damage whatsoever. And the reason why there's 3 DTs here is in case he has to use an Archon, but no, they get past everything. They get past everything. DTs are now here, and they are wreaking havoc in your main top. How much longer can you continue to take damage like this is the real question. This is not a pretty position to be in as our Zenith of Origin Protoss. All of his probes are now belong to puCK. He's bringing the Oracle back here. He activates the Revelation on it. 1 DT will be taken down. Still one more in the main. The Observer's been caught onto. It gets blinked onto. And now, oh my god, the DT is back. Wreaking all kinds of havoc. Revelation's still going. And that exhausts all of the energy. puCK able to safely take an Expo now. He's no longer at a fractional advantage. He's now at a massive advantage, if you will, at this position. This is basically threshold for, I want to say, just surrendering and leaving. I think the reason why Top hasn't done that is because this is the final game of his tournament run if he does. He has no way, you know, there's no coming back after this. This pylon will be taken down. At this stage, like, I guess it goes without saying, the advantage is real. 4 Blink Stalkers, I don't know. I mean, like, taking that away from what puCK has right now, that's kind of a pretty big chunk there. I would not be very comfortable doing that myself. But I think this is kind of the move that needs to be made because the most that we can see Top make in the way of weapons would be 3 at this moment. So whatever he's doing is going to slightly outnumber his opponent. Nexus Cannon is tripped. Probes get pulled off the line, and that was interesting. Bunch of smoke. But there we go. This is going to be the jump into the main. There's no Nexus here. Or excuse me, there's no Mothership Core here to activate a Nexus Cannon. There's the blink onto the mineral line. Top is saying, great, I have to go for it. But there's 2 Immortals, a bunch of Zealots here. This could actually work against puCK. Look at this. The force fields, they're beautiful. The Nexus Cannon goes down yet again. A blink out from all these Stalkers. And it looks as though this fight, at least in the early stages thus far, is going a little bit in favor of our Zenith of Origin Protoss, but he has no more economy. He can't do anything else. Even without the Immortals, it seems as though victory is guaranteed for puCK as ZooTop drops to 9 supply and the GG is called. puCK advances.